Okay, I think that we are live, going to be live at least very, very soon. This is me. I am here. I'm just wanting to answer some of your questions. So we are kind of in a the cat's away, the mice will play kind of mode here. Not really. We're still getting our jobs done. We're still working. But Tom's out of town, so we're having to make up for some of his work that he is very dutiful about putting in together every week. And Z did a Q&A yesterday, so I'm going to do one today. And we'll just answer some of your guys' questions. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. We appreciate you guys stopping by, spending part of your day with us. So this is it. I am using my little Excel spreadsheet thingamadoogie hopper, so we will try to stay as current as possible. The caveat being, of course, that I'm not going to be able to keep up with all of the questions. I've just kind of accepted that as something that is a constant in our universe. All right, so video and audio is okay. Thank you, Gregorius, for letting us know that. I appreciate that, even though I didn't ask. I forgot to ask, so thank you for letting me know. Let's see, any news on the next Diced Steeple episode? Yes, we do have some. A couple of different things in the works. At the end of last episode, I think we mentioned that we were going to be having Jeffrey Allers on again to give us an update on his work that's going on with the refugees, Syrian refugees, I believe, in Berlin. I don't know if that's going to be our next episode. I have been in contact with him, but Dan is in the middle of running his Kickstarter right now, so he's kind of up to his nose in everything that he does. So it's going to be soon. Exactly when, I don't know, but we are working on it. We do have the next couple of episodes already kind of being bounced around in our heads. So yes, it is coming. We are not very punctual with it, and I do apologize for that, but it is a little bit of a difficult thing just to kind of make sure that we both kind of coordinate. So I apologize, but it is still there. It is still coming. Let's see here. What game are you better than Z at that irritates him? The fact that I'm better, I don't know. I don't think I'm better at him than any game. He does pretty well at whooping me almost every time we play a game together. So I don't think that game exists that I'm better at him at, and then it also irritates him. I don't think that exists. Would you ever dye your beard like Tom? No, I would not. I don't even think that I need to do the whole just for men thing. People have actually said that before. One guy commented on a video a while back, and he said, I've got 3 words for you, just for men. I'm like, you know what? No, I don't think I need to do that. I don't have any problem with gray being in my beard. I'm fine with that, absolutely. So yeah, no, to answer your question, no, I would not dye my beard like Tom does. Are you excited for the new Empires of the Void 2? We did get it in, I believe. I haven't really taken a look at it yet, but yeah, I'm interested in trying it. I just haven't really given it much thought, I guess you could say, because we do have a lot of other stuff on our plates right now. So we're probably going to be at least revisiting it. I don't know how much new stuff is in that second edition of the box or whatever it is called, but yeah, we have seen it and we will go there. Let's see here. Which models are better, Imperial, Assault, or Legion? Well, it really depends on where you're coming from. If you want models that don't need to be put together and just come out of the box ready to play, then Imperial Assault Minis are better for you. If you enjoy putting models together, if you enjoy the hobby aspect of miniature gaming, then probably Legion's models are better. I think they're a little bit better. They're better sculpts. overall, I guess you could say. I know there's probably going to be variation between this model and that model and all this other kind of stuff. So it just depends on what kind of gaming you're looking for and what background you're coming from. But generally speaking, I think the quality of the models for Legion are better than Imperial Assault. But again, you have to put them together basically. So just depends on what you're looking for and where you're coming from. Will it be a possibility to play a game with you or Z when you come to Iceland for Midgard? We are very much looking forward to being in Reykjavik for Midgard in September. We are very much looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity that we were presented with, and we really couldn't pass it up. So we're going to be there. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. We are currently still working with the promoters and all of that kind of stuff to kind of nail down if we're going to be doing anything other than just attending. We probably will, but we don't know exactly what. Z and I are still talking that over as well. So if the time presents itself, we are always up for playing games with just about anybody. So yes, that's the short answer, but just provided there's caveats. We don't know exactly what our schedule is going to be like and all of that kind of stuff. It is a little bit of a different kind of con, though. I don't think it's exactly a board game convention. There's a lot of other things going on there. So again, we don't really know exactly how everything's going to go, but we're open, I guess you could say, to that possibility. Let's see. What do you do to avoid gamer fatigue? I guess I would need a definition on what gamer fatigue is. If you're talking about just getting tired of playing games, I don't know. I mean, just take a break every once in a while, maybe is a good way to put it. We have the interesting dilemma of always having to play new games. And rarely being able to revisit those ones that we really enjoy. So we, I guess, are presented with gamer fatigue more often than not, maybe, possibly, simply because we are we're trying to play as many games as we can, and some of those newer games that we get are stinkers, and some of them aren't. So, but when you hit a long stretch of stinkers, it can wear on you pretty well. So. I guess just take a break. I mean, that's what I do. I don't play games and then go home and play games and then come back to work and play more games. It's just not like that. We take breaks from from gaming every once in a while and just go do something else. Like we'll go watch a movie together, or we'll just go over to each other's house and just chill for a dinner on a holiday or something like that. So gamer fatigue, I guess, presents itself in a number of different ways. And really, however it presents itself, even if I'm going with the right definition, which I don't know if I am, I guess, yeah, just take a break and revisit it when you want to. Have you had a chance to play Rising Sun anymore? Any thoughts? Well, we did the live playthrough. That was the last time I played it. I think that was the 4th time I've played Rising Sun. And it has kind of settled into behind Blood Rage as far as that's concerned. And really, I guess I really shouldn't say that just because people make the obvious connection because Eric Lang did this one, Eric Lang did Blood Rage, that there's this connection there. And really, it's only connected by the designer and the producer of the game. So I don't know that that's really doing it justice. It really has a different feel than Blood Rage, and I like Blood Rage better, but it has just a different feel. There's still dudes on the map, yeah. There's still area control, yeah, but there's not really any card drafting going on. So I don't know, just has a different feel. I do enjoy it. I think it's a great game, but maybe it's because almost everybody around me backed the Kickstarter. I'm not feeling like I missed out by not backing the Kickstarter. I mean, there's a lot of really cool models in there, but don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But again, that could be because everybody around me, it seems like, did back it or found themselves a copy somehow. So I know if I want to play it, I'll probably be able to find somebody to play it. But I enjoy it. I think it's good. There's a lot of cool things about it. But generally speaking, I think I enjoy Blood Rage. Well, I know I enjoy Blood Rage better. Evan says, you are my kid's favorite. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hopefully you can make it up to Grand Con some year and they can meet you. Yeah, we are definitely looking forward to coming back to Grand Con. It was just kind of a snafu. I'm glad Eric is able to come up there, but we are looking forward to returning to Grand Con. Let's see. Possibly. I don't know if it's going to work out in future years, but we're open to it. I guess I really have to be careful because I have no control, absolutely no control over what conventions we go to and which ones we don't. So I never want to say that we're turning, because I'm going to shut up because I have nothing to say about what cons we go to and what cons we don't. So let's see here. Loved your playthrough of Star Wars Legion. The lack of dice is really annoying. I really like that you mentioned that in your review. Well, it was annoying, and I kind of get maybe. I kind of get maybe why they do that. I know that they're a company and they're trying to make money, and it just seems, I don't know, just seems uncool that they don't have enough dice in the game for one person to do their turn. Yeah. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope we gave an honest representation of the game and how it plays. I know we made some mistakes, and I apologize for those, but we were still learning the game. We even made another mistake that has been caught in the comments where the speeder bikes have a compulsory move, and the cards make it sound like it's just they have to move on their turn, so one of their actions has to be to move, which felt kind of restricting, but they are pretty cool. They do have cover one, but that's actually, they get a free move, which means they could actually move 3 times during the course of a turn instead of only 2. So that's actually what we thought was a negative thing is actually a pretty cool thing, because that means they're going to be zipping around the board really fast. That means they can move twice and still shoot. Ugh, wow, that's just really cool. Let's see here. Mythic and Monolith seem to be doing justice to some IPs. Conan, Batman, Mythic Battles, Pantheon. What IP would you like to see them tackle next? Please say Transformers. You know, we were just talking about that in the studio, in the office just a few days ago, about how why is no one doing a miniatures Transformers game? That just seems like it begs to be done. So sure, yeah, that would be pretty cool. What if the models actually transformed? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, maybe Transformers would be cool. I really think somebody needs to do, and again, I haven't played any. I've heard bad reports about AVP, Alien versus Predator. I know Jason goes on and on about how good the Aliens game from like in the 80s is with the what is it called, the Colonial Marines or something like that. So the Aliens IP would be a cool miniatures game, I think, and I think that Mythic and Monolith would do very much justice for that one. So maybe that, but Transformers would be cool too. Hello from Taipei. Hello, Ian. Let's see, Evan. Have you ever played Monster Apocalypse, the collectible miniatures game from a few years back? No, I have not. And part of the reason is because of that word collectible in there. I'm not really into collectible games at all anymore. Collectible card games was the last time I really kind of went into that foray, and I just really don't like that business model. It's why I haven't gotten into Destiny. It's why I haven't gotten into Dice Masters much. because I just do not have the time or the cash to keep up with all that stuff. So no, I haven't. I apologize. Hello from the Bay Area, San Jose. Go Sharks. Really? Go Hawks. All right. Have you used the brand Warcolor paints? No, I have not. Game of Thrones miniatures miniatures game or Legion? Or if you're talking about the one that's coming out from Simon, the Song of Ice and Fire, that's difficult to say, because I haven't played Legion as much as I have played Song of Ice and Fire. I've played 3 games of that, well, 2.5, one of them being a demo, and then I played it twice after. And I've only played 2 games of Legion. But, I mean, Song of Ice and Fire comes pre-assembled. And their miniatures are really cool too. So they're really kind of 2 different bears. I wouldn't really compare the 2. I probably wouldn't choose one over the other. But yeah, there you go. Let's see here. If you can play one Star Wars, Legion, Joan of Arc, Song of Ice and Fire. I know you have limited knowledge of the last 2, but I've actually already played Joan of Arc at Gen Con. It was a demo, but we did play through a full scenario of it. Could you discuss the strengths and weaknesses of each? Wow, that's like that's the only question we're going to be taking, apparently. No. Joan of Arc has, I think, a serious advantage over the other 2, and this is mainly where I'll stop about this. And what I mean by that is that with Joan of Arc, you have all of the miniatures. You also have terrain, building, and like trees and foliage and that type of stuff. You have all of that coming inside the core box. Legion has no terrain except for the little divider blocker thingies. They have nothing else as far as terrain is concerned in the box, and I'm pretty sure Song of Ice and Fire is the same way. I cannot remember if they have like templates or anything like that for terrain, but that's a serious plus. I mean, the level of quality of the terrain as well is going to be something that is going to really set it apart. I'm really looking forward to giving that a try. Because I've only played the demo version of it, and it was a very good prototype, but it was still just a prototype. Do I plan on reviewing The Walking Dead No Sanctuary? We do have it in. It is on the shelf. It is one of the things that is in the queue. So possibly, yes. I like to go back to what I say on the unboxing videos. You'll never know if we review it until we review it. That's pretty much how we are as well. Let's see. What are characters you would want to shoehorn in from Rebellion or for Rebellion? I don't know. I don't put much thought into that kind of thing. Mainly because I'm always having to look at the next game. That I don't have a lot of time to put a lot of thought into games that we've already played, and what games would what characters would be shoehorned in and that type of thing. I don't know, but I just haven't put that much thought into it. Have I tried the Imperial Assault with the app yet? No, I have not. Have you read Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman? No, I haven't read all of it. Oh wait, this is something different, I think. Somebody sent me like a factual knowledge thing of Viking history, and I've read part of that. I haven't read all of it yet, but this is something different. No, I haven't. I haven't read Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. No, I have not, and I apologize for almost getting that mixed up with something else. Let's see here. For a first-time convention goer, would you recommend going to a larger con, such as Gen Con, or a smaller local con? That really depends on what you're looking for from the convention. If you want the grandeur, if you want the big crowds, if you want being able to go to 50 to 100 different vendors, well, that's probably a whole lot more than that, really. But how many are you actually going to be able to get to visit? That's more what I was talking about. Then go to a bigger con. If you just want to find more gamers in your area and connect with them, while also being able to connect with some other local vendors in your area that maybe you didn't know about, then yeah, go to a smaller local con. It just really depends on what you want from your convention experience. But again, that part of that is also what kind of person are you? Do you like big groups of people? Do you like having to deal with a throng of people all trying to do the same thing that you're doing? Then yeah, go to a larger con. But if you're not really savvy on that kind of experience or that kind of situation, then yeah, you probably want to go to a smaller convention first and see how you enjoy that convention experience, and then step it up, baby step it maybe. But it just really depends on what kind of person you are. Would you ever consider doing a top 10 with Z and Tom about gaming memories, the early days? Sure. I mean, we discussed from time to time what kind of things we want to talk about on our top 10s. So yeah, if that came up, I'd be open to that. Do you have any interest in World War II miniatures game Bolt Action? Any chance of seeing some coverage if you are? I am not, and really it's because I don't have a whole lot of time for miniatures games, period. And the ones that I am doing are ones that I feel like maybe I'm obligated in some way to give a review of them, or maybe it's just one that is on the horizon or is new that we feel like it needs to be covered, those kinds of things. And I'm not saying that Bolt Action should not be covered or doesn't need to be covered. That's not it at all. But we also don't have a review copy of it, and so there's a lot of that's going into that. I mean, if we ever did, then, if they had like starter sets or something like that and they sent it to us for review, yeah, I'd be open to doing it. But as far as World War II is concerned, my largest foray into that really, and really it's because I have the time for it, is Memoir, and that's really kind of my go-to. I do enjoy Combat Commander Europe, but any further than that is a little bit too heavy for my tastes. And again, I say that not knowing how heavy Bolt Action is. So it's not an indictment or a condemnation or anything of Bolt Action. I just don't know what kind of game it is. How has the Dice Scour crew deal with board game internet trolls? Wow. A day-to-day basis, really. And often it's water on a duck's back, really, because if we respond to everybody, we're just pretty much doing what they wanted us to do, and giving them their I don't know, their 15 minutes of fame or what have you, by giving them that attention. And it's kind of like fueling the fire, right? So we try to stray away from that. I probably respond much more often to people who are just kind of poking the bear than I should. Tom has very thick skin as far as that's concerned, and every time I tell him I'm responding to somebody, he's like, man, you just need to let that roll off. So he's better at doing that than I am. Are your boys still playing soccer? Yes, they're not anymore. The soccer season's over for them. They're going into baseball now, but I am not coaching any longer. I just don't have the time. Because we travel so much, and on top of that, I don't usually get out of work until around 5 o'clock at night in the evening, and then soccer practice usually starts at 3:30. So that would be an hour and a half that I wouldn't be able to be there, and then only an hour there because they usually stop soccer practice at 6. So I just can't fit it into my schedule. I did realize, person says here that Empires of the Void 2 is in the second edition. It's a whole new game. I do know that. I realized I misspoke when I said that, but I just didn't go back and correct myself. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me. Best gaming snacks? I don't know. It's whatever you want, really. My favorite is pretzels, just because they're not messy, and I like pretzels. But really, it's different folks for different strokes for different folks. How are you liking the Dice Power Facebook group? Have you spent much time there? I've seen Derek and Tom, at least for sure. I'm sporadic on Facebook anyway. I will say this. The Facebook group has been filling my feed, so I get a lot less negative stuff on Facebook. So that is the one positive thing that I have experienced from the Dice Tower Facebook group. And Kenny's doing a really good job of getting that set up and keeping it running on a kind of a daily basis. And that's something that he's really kind of been doing on and off. But he's doing a good job, very, very much so. So I'm not there. I pop in and put comments every once in a while, but I don't do a whole lot on Facebook anyway. So, but I am very, very proud, I guess you could say, and very thankful that there's been so much good stuff on my Facebook feed ever since that started. So kudos, keep that up. How long do you think it will take for new players to play TI4 for the first time? We are experienced gamers but have no experience with any TI version, but we've read the rule book. Well, if you've all read the rule book, you have 4 different minds coming at the same thing at the same time. So I would encourage you to either collectively together or maybe on your own watch a playthrough video as well before your actual time getting your first game in. That will help you understand how everything groks together. Reading a rule book is one thing. Understanding how the rule book, understanding what the rule book is telling you to do and how it works out in a game is different. So that's what I would do. Probably you can guarantee yourself 1 hour per player. With it being a new game and having to go check rules and all this other kind of stuff, I would say probably an hour and a half per player at least, minimum. If you had somebody there that was savvy on the game already and knew how thing was supposed to clip along, you could probably shave off that 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm thinking you can always count on at least an hour per player, if not an hour and a half. For Memoir 44, did you keep all of the expansion boxes or allow it? I've thrown most of the stuff that I have into the campaign bag that I have. I have 2 campaign bags because Tom gave me his as well, so I have a little bit more room than your average person does in that campaign bag storage solution. So that's what I've done. I didn't keep all of the expansion boxes. I did keep some of them so that I could interchange them easily and be able to go to exactly where they are. Let's see here. Let's skip down a little bit. Hey, Sam, what are you watching now? Netflix series show? Well, not doing a whole... I'm watching the Olympics right now because the Winter Olympics are my favorite kind of Olympics. I just really enjoy all of the different kinds of events that the Winter Olympics have available. So I've been watching the Olympics more than anything. I did watch the Cloverfield Paradox the other day, and I really enjoyed that. I thought it was an interesting... I guess you could say explanation as to why those creatures showed up at Earth, but I enjoyed it. Let's see here. What is something about South Korea that you learned while there that most people do not know about it? Also, have you been watching the Olympics? Yes, I just answered that. But most people do not know about it. Well, first of all, it's a very, on the surface, let me say it that way. On the surface, it is a very westernized country. And the reason I say that is because they are I wouldn't say enamored, but they're very accepting, I guess you could say, of many different aspects of Western culture. Now, I say that's on the surface. Once you get below that surface, there's a lot of tradition and culture that lives and thrives underneath that veneer. And I think that's probably one of the first main misconceptions about South Korea, is that you go there and it looks so much like Western culture, but you don't understand that there is a lot of Eastern culture that is still vibrant and still alive underneath that veneer of Western culture. So that's probably the one thing that I learned from my time living there, that their mindsets and their cultural traditions are still very much alive. But even though the country looks very modern, and it is, some of the mindsets are still very well entrenched there. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, just like with any culture. But that's, I guess, one thing. Why did you stop saying to where? And can you say a hi to Rose from Brazil? Hi, Rose from Brazil. Nice to see you. Well, see you. It's just something that it's almost like it was an audible pause. And as a speech minor in college, that's something that we learned was something you need to stop doing. So when people were constantly commenting about the fact that I was saying it, I tried to start minding the fact that I should say it less. And that's probably where it comes from. Let's see. Would you recommend getting a wash/shade for painting for a lesser cost, or can you make it? You can make your own washes and shades. I've never done that, so I would like to not comment on how to do it, but you can do it, and I'm sure that there are 101 YouTube videos out there that will show you how. And they would do a lot better job of telling you how, but I know that it can be done, yes. And if you make your own, I do know that you can kind of play with the consistency of it. So you can maybe have a darker or a lighter tone or what have you. So I know you can purchase light and dark tones as well. So it's really just what you want to do. Let's see. Are you going to the Heroes of Normandy War? Are you going to get into the Heroes of Normandy Warhammer 40K game? Yes. Short answer. I am very much looking forward to that one. Heroes of Blackreach, I believe, is what it's called. And every time I see something about that, it really just pushes me further down that path. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to Heroes of Blackreach. Let's see. Love watching your reviews with Aiden. He's the same age as my son. Cool. So I get some great ideas for games to play with him. Will there be more reviews of him in the future? Yes, there will be. That's one of the things that I went to Essen looking for, was games that I could play with my son. So the ones that we've done are ones that I wanted to do with them after I saw that we got them. And so there's a couple of more that we have ready. We just have to get him comfortable with playing it and that type of thing. So short answer, yes. Let's see here. Watching here in the Philippines, big fan. Shout out to my wife, Rosil. All right, hello. Oh, Dave Luza is sick. We're sorry, Dave. You got to get those golden pipes working again, man. Let's see here. What game would Sam want to get remade in the Dice Tower Essentials line? Tannhäuser. I think that is probably the one that I would want to have remade. That is just hard to get right now. Let's see. Yes, Dave, we are watching the Olympics. I don't even know if you're still here. I'm probably like, yeah, I'm very far behind. So, yes, that is true. Let's see, a little bit more. Do you plan to check out the new Warhammer Cafe when it opens? Well, if I'm anywhere near it, yes. Or if it's in a town that I happen to visit, then yes, I definitely will be. I've been to Warhammer World, I think I want to say 3 times now. Well, no, twice. This year, hopefully, will be the 3rd. Have not been given the yes, go ahead from them yet on whether or not I'll be able to visit. But I am hoping. It's something that I try to do every time we go over to UKGE, because I just, first of all, I really enjoy the guys that I have connections with there, and I consider them my friends, and I want to go see them. But being able to kind of get a peek behind the curtain there a little bit and see some of the behind the scenes stuff is just, you know, it's like cream on the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's just the cherry on top. So since it's going to be kind of like a miniature Warhammer world, then yes, I'm definitely interested in going to check it out. I have no idea where it's going to be though. So I have no idea, but yeah, I'm going to be very interested in it to see how it works out. Trevor, stop talking bad about my Blackhawks. Okay, stop it. I'm being nice to you. Now stop. Let's see here. Do you think people will play the Legion rules over other Star Wars miniature games? I don't know. It just depends on what they want to do. I don't think that the Legion rules is a bad rule set. I think it's fine. But will they prefer another set? I don't know. With Mythic and Monolith parting ways, which of the upcoming titles are you more excited about? I am more excited about Joan of Arc, but the Batman game is also very fun. I've played it twice now. On both sides, I've been Bane one game, and then I was Catwoman, along with the other guys that were the good guys on another game. So I've played it on both sides, and I enjoyed both experiences. So I like that system. I think that's what it really, I guess it's called the river system that they used in Conan first. I really enjoy that system. I love that a lot. So I think Conan is great as well. But the theme is really what reaches out to me with Joan of Arc. And the mystical but yet historical, not mystical, mythical but yet historical aspect that the theme takes. So I'm more interested in Joan of Arc, but I really do enjoy Batman as well. I think it's going to sell like gangbusters, honestly. Let's see. Got into gaming a month ago, noticing my thirst for gaming does not match my social circle. Oh no! Do you have a serious contender for best solo game that isn't Friday? You are barking up the wrong tree, Thomas. I apologize. I am not very much of a solo gamer. There have been very, 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 very few board games that I have even thought about possibly playing solo. Usually if I want to play a game just by myself, it's going to be a video game. I enjoy board games for the social experience of interacting with other people, and so I don't necessarily enjoy the solo gaming. Now I know there are a lot of them out there, and so I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm just saying that it's not something that I enjoy. But to answer your question, no, I don't, and I apologize. Happy birthday, Grant. Would you recommend Sword and Sorcery for someone trying to get into dungeon crawler board games? Yeah, I think especially if you are if you've played D&D in the past, or you've done some kind of role-playing game that's like that, I think this will have a very familiar feel to you. And it is a good dungeon crawl game. If you could also, if you wanted to try it, you could also try out Zombicide Black Plague. That would be another kind of dungeon crawler type feel. If you want a sci-fi dungeon crawler, Level 7 Omega Protocol would be a good one. Descent is also a good dungeon crawler. I've just kind of shied away from it here in recent months, though. But it's good. So yeah, those will give you some to look into at least. Have you tried the old and or new expansions for Exodus Proxima Centauri? No, we haven't, but we do have them. They are just simply, we haven't been able to play it yet. But we do have those, and yes, I want to get them to the table. Just got home and about to order a pizza. Any suggestions? I took my family to, we have these little buy one, get one free cards from Domino's. And so we went to Domino's last night with the family after baseball and softball practice was over. And we got the, what was the one? The Hawaiian, what is it? The Hawaiian, the Domino's Hawaiian is really good. It puts in some red peppers in there, and sweet red peppers, not spicy. That was a cool addition. But the Memphis barbecue chicken was really good. So if you've got a Domino's, give one of those a whirl. I think you'll like it. Although you might be one of those people that think that pineapple should not be on pizza. So if that's the case, stay away from the Hawaiian. The Memphis barbecue chicken, though, is really good. Let's see. So salami and pepperoni are all you need on a pizza. Okay, yeah, I can see enjoying that. Dave says he had fun with Legion. His son is eager for me to get it. Not sure if I'm going to go ahead with it. Well, there is that. After a few weeks, do you still like Shadespire? Absolutely. It is still my skirmish game of choice because of its small footprint, easy setup, and relatively easy to teach rules. I really enjoyed Mythic Battles Pantheon for its grandeur and for its depth. I still think Shadespire has depth too, though. So it's just on a smaller footprint scale, so to speak. So yeah, no, Shadespire is definitely one of my top games from last year, and it's still one of my top games right now. Somebody said Banhammer. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? That's not good. Somebody got the Banhammer. I don't know why. Let's see. Flip side is that place found on Stranger Things. Yes, that's probably true. Favorite dexterity game? I don't really have a favorite dexterity game just because I don't really enjoy dexterity games that much. I'm not very good at them anyway. But I did play one called Pile Up Rush. That was a really enjoyable experience. It's just a two-player dexterity game, and I did a review of it, so you can go back and check that out to see what I'm talking about. But Pile Up Rush is a fun dexterity game that I really enjoyed. It's kind of like a, oh, what's that garbage game? That sounded bad, I'm sorry. No, it's where you're stacking up I can't remember the name of it, but it's like that game, which is bigger, but it's just a smaller version of it. And I really did enjoy it. It has great blocky, irregularly shaped block pieces. Cool concept with a timer. I liked it a lot. So you can check that one out, Pile Up Rush. Let's see here. If you could play if you could play one of either Champions of Midgard or Raiders of the North Sea, which would it be? Champions of Midgard, just because I have more experience with that game, but I also do enjoy Raiders of the North Sea a lot. So I'm not downing Raiders of the North Sea, I'm just saying that I have more experience with Champions, so I would rather play that one. Let's see here. What's your favorite difficulty to play at Tao Long? Just a basic difficulty. I don't like brain burning or more difficult versions of abstract strategy games. Usually, if you have a a beginner level, that's where I usually stay, because I'm not that big of a fan of abstract strategy anyway. So usually, the easier is better for me. Do you think Cyclades comes anywhere near the quality of experience that Rising Sun and Blood Rage provide? Basically, that's saying, is Rising Sun and Blood Rage better than Cyclades? And yes, I do believe that they are. But I also enjoy Cyclades. So I probably enjoy Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and then Cyclades in that order. P.S. You love Inish. So do I. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on the ding and dent discussion? Ooh. Here's my thing. I picked up my first ding and dent story. Happened at a Toys R Us in Korea, where we were going through the toy store. This is back when Michael and David and Catherine were, of course, much younger. This was well before Aiden was on the scene. But we were taking them to a toy store so that they could shop around. And this is one of the, this is right after Toys R Us came to Korea, at least in our area up north of Seoul. And so we were there for the experience. Hey, we're going to a Western store, you know, that type of thing. So we're walking around and they have this board game section. I'm like, huh, board games at Toys R Us. Okay, here we go. So I'm walking through the aisles and I see Tide of Iron sitting there. Tide of Iron, the big coffin box FFG miniatures World War II game. And I'm like, wow. So I'm looking at it and the box is just destroyed. Now, not destroyed to where a little bit of tape, it couldn't fix the problem. But I mean, it does not look good at all. This is much, much, much worse than you would ever see on something like a Cool Stuff Incorporated ding and dent. And we'll get to that in just a few moments. So I picked up the box and I'm like, whatever. I look at the thing and it's like, it's marked at like $8. Of course in Korean money, but it's like $8 altogether. And I'm like, okay. I opened the box because it was already obliterated. I could open the box. Everything was there. Everything was there on the inside and no problems with any of the contents of the box. The box looked horrible, but everything inside was pristine. Yes, I bought it. Why? Because I got like an $80 game for $8. That's why. And the same thing has happened with Level 7 Omega Protocol with Cool Stuff. Now, let me get back to the Cool Stuff thing, because that probably came up. I don't know if it did. I didn't watch that whole part of his video. But here's my thing. First of all, if it has just a little ding in the box, and I mean like this, who cares? The stuff on the inside is not going to be messed up if it's this big. So the game that you purchased is fine. The container it came in, and the container you're probably going to be storing it with, is slightly messed up. I don't understand why I would send that back to a company, especially if the company didn't have anything to do with the damage in the first place. Now, there's a whole lot of other things that I'm not going to go into here, because there are so many different things that you have to take into account. Was the mail, was the carrier the person who damaged it, or did it come from the company this way? Whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all of that. But I will say this: I have purchased a lot of games on ding and dent sales at Cool Stuff that were sent back for mind-blowingly minute dings or dents, so much so that you cannot tell that it has a ding or a dent in it. I don't understand that ideology at all. But I will say this: thank you for sending your game back, because it got me a very heavy discount on a game that I was wanting to purchase anyway, multiple times. So thank you. I appreciate it, but I don't understand that ideology. So if I can purchase a game heavily at a discount because it has a little ding or dent in the box, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to go there. Are we going to be at CMON Expo? Yes. And if so, you teach me how to play Blood Rage. More often than not, I don't think I've ever gone to CMON Expo and not played Blood Rage. So more often than not, your chances are very high of playing a game of Blood Rage with me there. Yes, that's fine. I don't know what our schedule is going to be like, what we're going to be doing, but I always have to have that caveat in there because I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. If I have the time and we're readily available, then sure, I'm always up to play my favorite game. So yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Is Rattlebones your least favorite game? No. I was very much not. I was very much not impressed with Rattlebones, but I think Dice Forge does what Rattlebones tried to do in a much better way. So, but no, it's not my least favorite game. Favorite city in the world, San Antonio, Texas. That is my favorite city in the world. Now, I haven't lived there in a long time, but as my hometown. So that is where that is my favorite city. Yeah. Unless they're still here. Okay, good. Thanks, Luza. Top 5 Warhammer factions. You know, I've actually never played Warhammer. I've played, you know, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, but I've never actually played the full different factions from Warhammer Fantasy. If you're talking about 40K, my favorite faction there is Space Marines. Within that, my favorite chapter is Dark Angels, and then I also like the Raven Wing as well. But I also have played I really like putting orcs, putting their models together, especially their big vehicles, because they're just so orced out, and that's been the most fun that I've had. And I also play Sisters of Battle. I don't know what they're called now. I think they changed their name, but I used to have a Sisters of Battle army. So those are top 3, I guess you could say. Let's see here. Cream on the cake. Yeah, I get tongue-tied. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm trying to be nice to you. Stop it. Yeah. I'm from Chicago. I'm not from Chicago, but I'm a Chicago person as far as my teams are concerned. So we are highly defensive of our teams, and so, but at the same time, we do also realize that sometimes our teams are not the best around, but it doesn't matter. We're still highly defensive of them. So yeah, back up off me. Let's see here. Barbecue chinks sound good. It was good, let me tell you. It was very good. Let's see here. Would you recommend Eric Lang's Midgard game for a no painting needed Viking experience? Well, you do realize that that's pretty much what Blood Rage fixed. There was a lot of... Midgard came out, and I did enjoy Midgard when it was originally... Now, Tom didn't like it because he saw the flaws and what have you. I didn't really care. I just enjoyed the Viking thing. But Blood Rage was kind of supposed to be a fix for Midgard, kind of a reworking and a fixing of some of the flaws that were in Midgard. So at least that's what I've been told. That's kind of the thing, the story that's been going around. So, you know, I am going to do it. I've been saying that I'm going to try this different way of painting Blood Rage, because everybody's caught up on this whole hyper realism of painting all their miniatures in Blood Rage with hyper realistic paint jobs. I got this idea from Brian Drake, so he's done some stuff about this as well, but it gives it a kind of a marbled experience look to the models. And I'm going to do that, and I'll post videos of it and all that kind of stuff as well, because I need to paint my copy anyway. But anyway, we're going to do hyper realistic on the monsters, and then all of the different rank and file guys. You know, for each of the different things, we're going to do this marbled, you know, kind of like a chess piece look. You can check out the videos that Brian Drake at their latest retro has done, and and kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to do. But we're going to do that because I think it's going to be a simple, fast way to get your models painted so where they're not just hunks of plastic on the board. So there you have it. I don't know when, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get it done. Did you see the Healy doing a wheelie picture on Facebook? No, I didn't. But I'm going to guess that I will now because somebody's going to send it to me, probably. But I don't know. Let's see here. What mechanism do you want to see more of? I think true card drafting is something that I'd like to do. Now, and I don't mean just drafting like your player powers or something like that, but I'm talking about like true card drafting where you each get a hand, you choose one card, and you send it on, and you take this one, you choose another one, you send it on. I really enjoy that mechanism of kind of randomizing, but at the same time, randomizing the hand that you have in your but even it's not really a randomization. It's more of you're picking a strategy. I really like that. That's one of the main things that I really enjoy about Blood Rage is the fact that I can have a set idea of what I want to do before I go into each age. So that's what I really enjoy. I would like to see that used more often. I like drafting a lot. Gil Mello is just driving back from San Antonio. Jelly. Love that town, man. Love that town. In regards to Mississippi Queen, how would you compare its complexity and excitement to other racing games? Okay, you need to be quiet. Go away. Go away. I want you to be quiet. Reset. Yes, reset it. Whatever. Sorry. My watch started talking to me. Let's see, where was I? Okay, Mississippi Queen. How would you compare its complexity and excitement to other racing games? Oh, it's probably less exciting and more complex to many of the other racing games. And it really shows its age. It has a lot of nostalgia factor for me because it's one of those first racing games that I played as I was getting back into gaming after, just playing as a kid. So it has nostalgia going for it, but it's kind of showing its age a little bit. Also, the Quest for El Dorado, the new game that just came out last year, that has a very similar feel to me of the Mississippi Queen. So that might be one you want to look at. But as far as how does Mississippi Queen compare, it does kind of show its age compared to other racing games that are just coming out. Downforce is a great game that really balances complexity and excitement well. So that would be one you could look at from Restoration Games. That's an old game that's just been, kind of updated. What's the fastest, shortest game that you like to play that has minis? Onitama. And I also like the fact that you can interchange other games' minis into Onitama, and it really kind of gives it a different flair. We played, when I was playtesting for the review of the expansion for Onitama, we were using Arcadia Quest miniatures. Some extra ones that we just had sitting around the office. And it was really a neat experience. And I've taken to kind of doing that whenever I play Onitama now. Let's see here. I just thought though, Shadespire is also pretty short. Two people who are savvy on playing on playing Shadespire can get a game done in 30 minutes or less. So that's also a really short game, and it also has miniatures. But Onitama, you can play it in like 15 minutes. So those are two choices. I would say that Shadespire is my most favorite, but I also like Onitama as well. Thinking of going to UK Games Expo for my first game conventions. Any recommendations and thoughts on the expo? Yeah, if you have the opportunity to go, do it. UK Games Expo is a great convention. It is starting to grow steadily from year to year. So the more years you wait to go, the larger the convention is going to be. But that's a good thing. But they really have their heads set on straight as far as how they run the convention. They do a lot of great things. The exhibitor hall is well done. And now there's going to be more to that. So I like that. I like the fact that there's going to be a lot more gaming area this year. So I really enjoy that convention. So yeah, I would suggest you go to that convention anyway. But as far as try to stay at the hotel that's right there by the NEC, that will greatly help. But again, if you live in the area, it's not that big of a deal. It just depends on how far you have to travel to get to Birmingham. But yeah, if you can go, go. That would be my suggestion. So there you have it. Just join QA. Any chance you'll take a look at Warhammer 40K 8th edition? Yes, that is actually in the works. Vernon and I are going to be doing that one together. He's going to be taking the Plague Marines, and then I have been painting my army with a Dark Angels chapter. So that is on the horizon. We are getting it done. It's stalled out there for a little bit, but we're going to get it done here pretty soon, relatively speaking. About Necromunda, that's after 8th edition gets done. So yes, we have it. It just takes a while to get those models put together. That's my biggest hurdle, because I only have a limited amount of time, and I have to keep my regular regimen going. So a lot of times with these miniature games, it's not something that I do while I'm at work, so to speak, you know, the whole 9 to 5 thing. It's something that I'm going to have to take home and do, and that's taking time away from my family. Not that big of a deal, but it's still, you know, something that I have to work in there. So usually with those miniature games, it gets put on the back burner. Unfortunately, it's not something that I want or desire, but it does kind of just happen that way more often than not. But to answer your question, I am working on it, yes, and Vernon's helping out with that, because he put together the Plague Marines. He's painting those as well, and I'm kind of able to focus on my Space Marines. So, but yeah, it's I'm learning how to airbrush very slowly. Vernon can back that sentiment up. I am not a good airbrush painter, but I am learning, so we'll see. Let's see, kimchi or sauerkraut? Oh man, kimchi. By far kimchi. Let's see. Okay, you guys have already started. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get just a couple more full-blown questions while you guys start hammering out those choice A or choice B, the lightning round. Can I play a game of Blood Rage with you at Dice Tower Con? I don't know. It just depends. Like I said, I'm always up for playing my favorite game, but I have to have the time available. I can't, you know, there's a lot of other factors in there, but I'm open. I'm open to the possibility. Let's see. If miniatures are painted, does that increase the sale price if you were to sell, provided the painting is good? More often than not, yes, it should, because there's extra time that's gone into hopefully making the miniatures look better than they were. So yeah, it depends on how good the paint job is, how much more you charge. Now, if it's a really bad paint job, you can actually tank the price of the game and make it less valuable. So, but More often than not, yeah, if you have a game that has painted miniatures in it, it should raise the price of the game, because that's TLC that went into it aftermarket. Yes, I did just do one of these. I'm trying to do them a little bit more often so that you guys, I can interact with you guys a little bit more often. Let's see here. All right, one more. You guys can go ahead and start with the lightning round stuff. Thanks, Vernon. I know. I just need to pull the airbrush further away from the miniatures. I know that. That's what you told me time and time again. I'm a blockhead, man. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see here. Columbus or India. Well, I don't have a whole lot. Let me collect some here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, don't have a whole lot here. Let's go. Come on, people. Give me that lightning round, y'all. Let's see here. Lightning round, lightning round. Got a few. We got 5 minutes here, so maybe if I go back to the regular one. No. You guys just aren't setting it up. All right, here we go. Let's go. To collect one more time. All right, we got Columbus or Indianapolis. Man, I don't know. I'm not gonna like totally down an entire city. I like both Columbus and Indianapolis. How's that? Mugs or glasses? I like mugs better. They're a little bit easier to handle, and I'm not worried about cutting them. I do have a. Is it on this one or is it on this one? Yeah, I have a scar on my pinky right here that I got from washing dishes at my house because I was sticking my hand down into the glass, and the glass actually broke away, and then my hand cut into the glass. So yeah, I don't like glasses. Let's see, mild or spicy salsa. Depends on the company. I like paste pecani sauce is the best in my opinion. And I love the medium version, the green label for that one. Salsa or queso? Salsa queso. Mix those together. Cheesy salsa is the best. Is the best. Star Wars or Firefly? Wow. I'm gonna have to go with Star Wars is the best in that specific combo. But I really enjoy Firefly. It is one of my favorite sci-fi TV shows and one of my favorite sci-fi movies as well. I really enjoyed that entire series and the movie. Imperial Assault or Legion? Oh, Vernon. I don't know yet. Be honest with you, I just don't know. I haven't played Legion enough to make that determination. Celestia or Port Royal? Celestia. I do not answer Tom or Z, James Trainer. I do not answer that ever. So stop asking. Let's see, paper or plastic bags? I don't care. More often, I guess you could say plastic. And yes, we use them for other things, so we recycle as well. Korean barbecue or American barbecue? Oh, dude. That depends. If it's Texas barbecue, Texas. But I really enjoy bulgogi and bulgalbi and dwejigogi, and oh my goodness, that's just so good. The marinades that they cook in it, it's amazing. It's amazing. Chicken, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to ask. Natural bristles or synthetic? I don't know, because honestly I don't know the brushes that I use. I don't know if they're natural or what is the word? Synthetic. So I don't know. Wrestling or boxing? Neither. I don't like either of those really as a sport. Burgers or dogs? I like burgers better. Vernon is a really chill guy for the most part. I know that he has a dark side, but but he is very fun to play games with. Yes. Mini hands or regular size hands? Regular size hands. Let's see, sweet or sour candy sweets? Neither, really. I'm not a big sweets, candy kind of person anyway. Chocolate is probably my favorite. I'm more of a savory kind of person anyway. Let's see, pandemic or pandemic legacy? Legacy. Pencil or pen? Doesn't matter. Now or never? Never say never, but not now. Let's see, vinegar-based ketchup or vinegar-based or a ketchup-based barbecue sauce? Huh. Don't know. Chili or soup? Chili. Chili! Chili is much better than just having, like, you know, flavored water. Books, sci-fi or fantasy? Those are my two favorite genres for books, so both. North or South America? I'm not making that determination. Serpentine or trousers? I don't even know what that means. So, yeah. Wood, tile, or carpet? I'm going to go with wood. I like the way that looks better. This or that depends on what each of those is. Heavy metal or classic rock? Metal. Hero Quest or Space Crusade? I've never played Space Crusade, so I don't know. Boats or boots? Don't know. Don't know what that means. Dark, milk dark or white chocolate? I do like dark chocolate, but white chocolate is really good too. Kimchi or bibimbap? Both. You have a bowl of bibimbap and you have a side dish of kimchi. Perfect! Let's see here. Anthropology or dimes? Again, where are you guys coming up with this stuff? Winter or Summer Olympics? Hands down, Winter Olympics by far. Let's see, pink or purple? Purple, I guess. Kane or Taze? I am definitely a Taze guy. I like him. Don't get me wrong, I like Kane or two, but on the ice. But I really enjoy Taze and his work ethic. Did I enjoy Grim Forest? Yes. Favorite side for Rebellion, Rebels, or Imperial? I like both of them. I probably enjoy being the Rebels better, though. Cubs or Blackhawks? Both. Space or Viking? As far as the game theme, I like them both. But currently, I'd have to give Vikings the edge. Wrigley Field or the old Chicago Stadium? Well, you know, I've never lived in an era where the old Chicago Stadium was a possibility, so I'm going to have to stay with Wrigley Field, and that's on my bucket list, to see the Cubs in Wrigley. Gold or Bitcoin? I'm going to go with gold. World Series or Super Bowl? You know, I kind of like the Super Bowl better because it's just one game, but at the same time, I like the idea of a series of games because there's always that any given day, right? Even the best team can lose any given day. So I like the series where you have to kind of chain a number of games together to see who's really the best. So I like that. Excited level Han Solo or Avengers Infinity War? Honestly, I'm really excited to see what they've done with the Han Solo movie, but there's so much behind the Avengers Infinity War. It's really there. Okay, so just a couple more minutes here. Death Star or Star Killer? I'm going to go with Death Star. Young Obi-Wan or old Obi-Wan? Both were awesome. Let's see, macaroni and cheese or sweet potato casserole? I'm not a big sweet potato fan, so I'm going to go with mac and cheese. Pepsi or Coke? Neither of them. Drink water. Century Spice Road or Majesty for the Realm? I'm going to go with Century Spice Road. I like that one slightly better, but I did enjoy Majesty for the Realm as well. Steampunk or Western? How about Western steampunk? That would be cool. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Vernon. The correct answer was natural bristles. Oh, I'm so sorry. Throat or heart? That seems with the little fist after that seems like a violent question. I'm not going to answer it. Let's see, Luke from Luke from episode 6 or 8. I'm gonna go with 6. I liked Luke in episode 6 a lot better. Yes. Let's see here. Potato chips or Doritos? Depends on what brand of potato chip you're talking about. If it's Ridges, if it's the one with, what is that, Lay's with ridges, or I don't know what it is. Pringles, if you're talking about Pringles, those, I love Pringles. But Doritos, yeah, they're okay. Cool Ranch are probably my favorite. But yeah, whatever. Five Guys or Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A. Exodus or Zaya? Exodus. Belgium or French fries? I didn't know that Belgium had a different kind of French fries, so I don't know. Jack Bauer or Jack Reacher? Jack Bauer. Cubes or Meeples? Meeples. Favorite animated Disney movie? I don't know. Regular or flavored water? Flavored. Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor? I don't know. I don't like that sport, MMA or boxing, so I don't really have a thing there. Cardinals or Brewers? Neither. Jason or root canal? Jason. Wow. Root canals are horrible. Let's see here. Zombicide or Massive Darkness? Ooh. I would have to say yes, Ruffles. There you go. Ruffles have ridges. Thank you. Zombicide or Massive Darkness? Wow. I think. I'm gonna go with Zombicide. Black Plague. I like Black Plague better, but I do also enjoy Massive Darkness. And this will be the last one. Indoor studio or the porch? Indoor studio. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end it here. I've gone actually 15 minutes longer than I should have. So, cats away, mice will play. He's probably watching, or he will watch in the near future, in which case, yes, sir, I'm getting back to work. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. I just dropped my water bottle, but it had a cap on it, so it's okay. Thank you guys for joining. I certainly appreciate it. It is great fun to interact with you guys in this format. And we just had a helicopter fly over. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See you later. All right. Stop streaming. And we're going to continue. All right, let's see here. We'll do that. I am hungry. I am hungry. I've not eaten lunch yet, but that's okay. Oh man, I didn't put a thumbnail on that video. I gotta go back and do that now. Poop. Daily unboxing. Mm-hmm. What's the medal count? I want to know. Medal count, Winter Olympics. Medal standings. Six. Red Gerard, Chloe Kim, and Jamie. And oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Jamie Anderson got Lady Slopestyle Gold. Woot woot. What else? Bronze. Figure skating Team USA, yes. And then Ariel Gold and Bright. Watch that ladies half pipe. Sweet. The silver one. Oh yeah, Mazda. Yeah, I know, I'm still rolling. Thanks for checking though, Derek. I appreciate it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Anyway. You guys. Anyway, yeah, now I'm actually gonna be out. So, let's see here. I gotta figure out how to turn this thing off here. Let's see here. Got to go here, and as soon as we go over here, we gotta go right here. Actually, close the window. Oops. Oopsie. Live control room, and now I'm actually gonna stop streaming. And